So we want to give her an extra.
Okay, my name is Debra Zarne, and I wrote a feature screenplay called Miami-Feist. It's a family comedy action adventure about 3 senior citizens in a Miami retirement community who set out to rescue their kidnapped grandson. They use a special grabber, a power wheelchair, and other surprises in their adventures with drug lords, a crooked cop, and their nosy neighbors. And in this scene, which is early in the story, the kidnapping has not yet taken place. And by the way, the reason that their grandson gets kidnapped is because 3 years earlier, his parents were killed. They were murdered. They were journalists hot on the trail of corruption and in Miami, and they were murdered. And so their son, Billy, who now lives with his grandparents and great aunt, he's hot on the trail of the murderer. But that hasn't happened yet. He hasn't been kidnapped. So in this scene, which takes place in their home, we learn about the characters and their world, and I drop little nuggets which come out later in the story with more significance. And anyway, that's our story, and now each of the actors are going to introduce themselves.
I'm Jon Freda, I'm playing the narrator and the elephant.
I'm Healy, and I'm playing Horace.
I'm Joan Grove, and I'm playing Hazel.
I'm Middlebrook, and I'm playing Matilda.
I'm Scully, and I'm playing Billy.
I'm Sharlene Hartman, and I'm playing Mary.
And Horace and Hazel are a married couple. They're the grandparents of Billy. And Matilda is the great aunt. Hazel and Matilda are sisters. And Mary is the neighbor next door. And Billy is the grandson. Oh, yes, the grandparents and Matilda are all in their 80s. And Billy is 17 and Mary is in her 70s.
And I'd like to suggest everyone turn their cell phones off in case they forgot.
Thank you.
In the following scene, the 3 seniors, Hazel, Horace, and Matilda, discuss Billy, the grandson of Hazel and Horace. Matilda is Hazel's sister, Billy's great aunt. The 4 of them live together. Prior to this scene, Horace fell out of their outdoor hot tub, naked, to the dismay of their neighbors, the Balistrieres. Interior, Stein residence, dining room evening. Horace's clothes clash. Polyester plaids and stripes. He's tucking in a bib. Matilda wears a fancy shawl, lace-trimmed blouse, and her hair in a bun.
I can't say which is worse, seeing you naked or clothed.
Horace sits at the head of the dining room table, Matilda at the opposite end. From a pot, Hazel dishes potatoes onto Horace's plate, but she's shaking and misses the plate.
Where is he? This isn't like him.
Hazel heads to the kitchen.
He's with friends or working out.
I'm worried. He spends too much time by himself.
He's an introvert.
He's no pervert.
Introvert!
Hazel returns to the table.
I happen to see notes in his bedroom about the drug trade.
You happen to see? Now, how did you happen to see that?
I can't remember. I think he's making a film about drug cartels.
Maybe it's about the rat.
What rat?
All the kids like the rat nowadays.
It's rap, imbecile.
I don't think Billy would make a film about drugs. Not bad drugs. I think he's making a documentary about pharmaceutical companies.
Horace drops a potato on the floor. While he's bending down to retrieve it, Matilda removes a lamb chop from his plate with her grabber. Interior dining room continuous. Billy enters and takes his seat.
Where were you?
Sorry, Grandma, I lost track of time.
sick over you.
Hazel serves Billy potatoes, but most miss the plate.
So where were you?
Can't you lay off him?
Butt out! This is my interrogation.
She thinks she's still the high school principal and you're getting a demerit.
Answer the question.
I was working out.
When I was your age, I played hooky and went bowling.
Nowadays, young people take drugs.
The seniors all look at Billy, but there's no reaction.
Don't follow his example. Look how he turned out.
Yeah, look how I turned out. Matilda with a 66-year love affair.
Hazel beams.
Yeah, my Hazel was a swimming star. Real looker in her swimsuit.
I know, Grandpa, I saw the pictures.
Live it up while you can. Billy, come on out with all guns firing.
That's your gun. Hasn't fired in 30 years.
I still perform my conjugal duties.
Grandma, were you wild when you were young?
She doesn't know the meaning of the word.
That's what you think.
Oh, really? Hazel, is there something about you I don't know?
You know my philosophy, Matilda. Serve family and God.
Always a good girl.
Yes,
Live a little, Hazel. Just once.
I'm happy as I am.
Billy, Betsy needs more power. She feels sluggish.
Who's Betsy?
Your memory is atrocious.
Matilda's wheelchair. I'll fix it after dinner, Matilda.
Thank you.
Suddenly, the family is startled by the sight of Mary Balistieri knocking on their picture window.
Look! She's been spying on us the whole time.
Hazel goes to let Mary in.
Why would she be spying? To watch us chew our food?
Hazel and Mary come to the table.
You want some potatoes and lamb chops, Mary?
We already ate. I made vegetable stir fry. It's much more heart healthy. And why do we have the pleasure of your company? Your muffler? It's too loud. My husband said it's an infraction of the retirement community's rules. Life here should be quiet.
I'll fix it tomorrow. I knocked the exhaust pipe by mistake.
And nudity! That's another infraction. One of these days, you'll be ejected from the community. My husband, the president of the residents.
I'll talk to Anthony man to man and set him straight.
There's nothing to discuss. Our family stands for the rule of law. My son is chief of police. I'd love to stay and chat, but I'll be late for my internet chat group. Don't be late. Good night.
She leaves.
Know it all? What's the big deal about the internet and net anyway?
You can do everything she does with a computer, right?
Sure think so.
Are you making a documentary?
The documentary.
Your great aunt spied on you. She was snooping around your room.
I did not.
Are you making a documentary about pharmaceutical companies?
No, Grandma, but I can show you how to put some CGI. I can show you some CGI I put together.
Huh?
CGI, that's computer-generated imagery.
What the hell is that?
I can change the appearance of images on my computer.
Show us.
Later at the dining room table, the seniors, huddled around Billy and his laptop, burst out laughing.
A miracle!
And watch this.
The laptop plays a sequence, an elephant and a donkey running a race. Their animal faces turn into human faces. The elephant/Republican starts prancing around, and the donkey/Democrat kicks the elephant out to the horizon. "I'll remember that," said the elephant. The seniors laugh, loving every minute of it. Hazel runs over to the old turntable in the interior Stein residence living room continuance. Hazel puts on a big band record and starts dancing. Horace joins her, wobbly on his feet. Then Billy joins in with them, as Matilda keeps time with her grabber like a metronome. Interior Stein residence stairway to basement night. Horace laboriously clunks down the stairs, grasping the railing tightly. He enters Interior Stein residence basement night. Hazel, in goggles, is using a power drill.
What you doing, Sugar Plum?
I'm making a display table for my pies at the country fair.
Horace reaches for a metal joint.
Stay away from that. I just soldered it.
Horace's shaking hands pull apart the soldered work.
I didn't mean it, it just happened.
I love you, Horace.
I love you, Hazel.
Living room night. Billy uses a wrench to adjust Matilda's power chair while she sits in it. She's replenishing the pills in her pill box as he works.
How fast will this make her?
Maybe 45 miles an hour. I think you'll need your helmet.
Reinforce her.
I am. She's built like a tank.
Matilda's power chair has a huge oxygen tank behind the seat.
Now, don't go too fast. We don't want any explosions.
I want to go out with a bang.
Horace enters using his walker and turns on the TV. Stay tuned for bingo. Up next,
Oh,
TV
God.
announcer said.
Do we have to suffer through that?
Horace climbs into his recliner.
Leave me alone.
It's awful. Like kindergarten, but with old fox instead of kids.
I like it.
Naturally.
Horace finds himself stuck in the recliner.
This recliner is malfunctioning.
Billy pulls a lever on the recliner, instantly lowering it.
Moron. Billy, Fred needs a tune-up. He stopped this morning while I was halfway up the stairs.
Who's Fred?
My hoist. Can't you remember anything?
Billy glances over to Matilda's power chair hoist attached to the base of the stairs leading up to the second floor.
I think it's time for a new remodel. Fred's had his day.
Matilda carries her now full pill box towards the kitchen.
Everything in this place is old. Listen good, Billy. Conquer life. It's over all too soon.